If you're watching this, you're watching the replay, so comment below and hashtag replay so I know that you are on. I don't like that Facebook changed it. It used to, like, whenever you hit live, it used to go like 3, 2, 1, and then you were live. Now it just says starting live video, ... And then all of a sudden you're live. Like, there's no countdown, there's no warning. Like, what is that? Hey, guys. Hey, Christina. Hey, Amy. Hi, Amanda. How are you guys? Yay! Come on in, come on in. Hey, guys. Hey, Cynthia. How are you? I know I look a little crazy today because, like, my mascara's on. Hey, Taylor. And, like, my eyes are all done and my brows are all done. And then it's, like, what's happening here. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. So we're going to talk about how to get the best coverage for your face and your skin type, okay? And then I'm going to show you guys the secret to concealing and how you want to do that. Hey, Jen. Hey, Mom. Hey, Andrea. Hi. Hey, Jaleesa. How are you? Hey, Erin. All right, so before we get going, go ahead and hit the share button and share for me so you guys can see all this. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Maddie. How are you? Hey, guys. Hit the share button and comment below and let me know that you shared because that helps me so, so much. Okay, so the first thing, some people will do concealer first, and some people do foundation first. I do concealer first because I have these horrible dark mom circles. Anybody else? Give me some hearts. Give me some hearts if you've got the bad dark mom under eye circles. Thank you so much, Jen. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you. Thank you, Jaleesa. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Thank you, Amanda. Oh my gosh, you guys. Thank y'all. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm sitting on something. Hold on. I'm gonna fall. I have my rug back here and I'm like rocking on it. I'm like, thank you so much, Cynthia. Thank you guys so much for sharing. Oh my gosh, you guys are incredible. Thank y'all. Hey, Amber, how are you? Okay, so first thing, I didn't grab it. I just realized I didn't grab it. I always start with primer, okay? If you don't know what primer is, the purpose of primer is, first off, it's going to keep your makeup on really nice and it's going to stay put all day, okay? The other thing, this is how I kind of like to describe it, okay? Think of your face as like a wall, okay? And pretend that you have a dark base, okay? Pretend you have a dark base on your wall. Are you just going to start slapping on foundation? No, you're going to prime it first. Why? Because it's going to make sure that you can use a lot less product with a little bit more, or a lot less product but have better coverage, okay? So that's the purpose of primer. So what I do is I use our Glorious Face and Eye Primer. I literally use like yay big. It's not big at all. It is literally like a pea size. And I dot it on and I rub it in. Now, of course, oh yes, puppies are back there. The two boys are snuggling. Hey, McKenna. Yep, those are the two boys. This one is the new one. Mackie. Mackie. Isn't he so cute? He's the cutest ever. You're such a good boy. You're so handsome. Give me kisses. I love you. Pinch your nose. Hey, Emily. I baby talk my dogs. Don't judge me. Okay, so for those of you just joining on, make sure you hit the share button and comment below and let me know that you shared so I can say thank you. Okay, so primer is so important. The other thing that primer does is it will fill in your pores and fine lines and wrinkles, not deep wrinkles, but fine lines and wrinkles. And it's going to make it so your makeup doesn't sink down into it. Has anybody ever, you put your foundation on and by the end of the day, it's like you feel it like dipping into your pores. Like it's just, it's not a good look. So primer is going to prevent that. Okay. Super, super important. So I always start that off before I do my makeup. And the main reason is because I do it on my eyes. By the way, you guys, on my eyes, this is the Anniversary palette, that bold glitter Anniversary palette. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so I already started with primer. Yeah. Oh, hello. Hold on. We're falling. People, we're falling. Hold on. Yes, 2 of the puppies are in here. Are we good? Stay. Phone holder just randomly fell. Wouldn't be a Facebook Live unless I'm dropping stuff and, you know, stabbing myself. But since I've already done my mascara, the phone's going to fall because what else? I can't mess up my foundation. Now that I just said it, I'm totally going to mess up my foundation. Hey, Sierra. Hey, Amber. How are you guys? Hey, Kyle. Okay, so this is the key with concealer. So many women will tell me, they're like, Ashley, like my concealer just does not cover like that. This is why. A lot of women, and give me some hearts if this is you, okay? A lot of women, thank you so much for sharing, Kyle. Thank you. A lot of women will get a concealer that matches their skin tone. Give me hearts. Does anybody do that? Matches their skin tone or one shade lighter? Anybody do that? Anybody? Give me hearts if you do, okay? That is not necessarily how you want to do it, okay? The purpose of concealer is to negate unwanted tones, which means you're going to put one tone on to kind of neutralize and color correct, okay? All right, I see some hearts coming across the screen. Okay, so this is the deal. Look at this shade, okay? This is dark, okay? It's way darker than my skin tone. I'm kind of pale, although I am a little bit tan still from Punta Cana still. I don't know how that's working out, but I'll roll with it. Okay, so this is actually 2 shades lighter than my actual base. And the reason I do that is because it's a pink undertone, so that pink is going to negate this purple and that blue, okay? But because my circles are so dark and it kind of looks like someone like punched me in the face a little bit, that is why I use a pink undertone, okay? So when you're doing our concealer, okay, I just do a little line just like that. Well, I'm running out. Oh, no. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to go in with my powder concealer brush, and it's just like this. I'm going to open up my powder right here, okay? And what you want to do is see how I'm making a V, and then I'm kind of blotting up here underneath. And I'm going to bring that down, and I'm just making that V. And what I'm doing is I am using this to kind of negate that those unwanted tones. Remember how I said I can't mess up with my concealer and foundation? See that little dot that I just did right there? I did it. No, Amy, not necessarily. It's not necessarily going to be 2 shades darker. You don't want to choose. I don't like to say, oh, shade 1 down, shade 2 down, I don't like to say that because that's not necessarily correct. It really depends on what your base is, your base meaning your foundation, and 2, what you're wanting to conceal and what colors you're wanting to negate, okay? So for my dark circles are terrible, okay? They're awful. They're not my friends. They're not my friends. But it is what it is. So I'm actually using, do you see that? See how the coverage is right there just with that. Hold on, I gotta fix that. I messed up. Just with that, it's already so much better. Okay? That it no longer looks like someone took a fist to my face. That's literally what it looks like. I mean, that for real. So what do I do? Go lighter or darker for having super red skin from rosacea. Okay, so let's talk about redness now. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so if you do your eyes first, this also will clean up your whole look. So do you see the difference? Like, doesn't it look like this side, even though I don't even have foundation on, it just looks nice and clean. Thank you, Barbara. Okay, so that is the pink undertone. Now let's talk about redness. Now redness it has those pink undertones, okay? So that one is you're going to want to negate that with a yellow undertone concealer, okay? And the reason you're going to want yellow is because that yellow is going to neutralize massively all of those red unwanted tones. So my base, I tan in the sun. If you do not know what your base is, comment below and say match me. And of course it's free. There's obviously no obligation you don't have to buy anything. You can just get it and just, tuck your color match away so you know for later. But this is you really do want to get matched, for foundation, before you start choosing concealer colors. Like even if someone's coming to me and they're just wanting a, like a color match for concealer. Sorry, I got to do two hands for this or I will mess it up. Even if they're coming to me just for a match for concealer, I am still going to color match them for their skin too, because that is how you're going to figure out the level of coverage, like the shade that they need, if they need to go lighter, darker, whatever. And that's also how you're going to pick your general cover up, okay? All right, so my eyes are fixed now, okay? Looks good. Love it, okay? I look awake, I look bright, even though this is darker than my base, but because my dark circles were so dark, now my face is brighter, okay? Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, so there's that. Now, if your dark circles are not really that bad, you're going to want to use organza. So I use chiffon, but you're gonna want to use organza for that, okay? So that is just gonna brighten with a little bit of coverage. Organza's too pink on me, but the next shade up will be too dark. Okay, Amanda, you are probably ready for your winter shade. This is the other thing with foundation too. You're probably ready for your winter shade, so you're probably scarlet right now, but message me or I'll message you and I can rematch you. Okay, so redness. Let's talk about redness now. You want a yellow undertone for redness, okay? So I've got redness right here. If you want overall coverage for redness, like if you've got like a little bit of rosacea, a little trick that I have learned is, so on your liquid foundation brush, it's like this, okay? There's like a little hole right there. You can put a little bit of that concealer right in there, and that is going to help maximize and neutralize that coverage. Okay, so right here, I'm just gonna go in and just kind of touch all over where I've got my little redness right here, okay? And then I'm gonna go back with my little brush and I'm just gonna gently circle it around, okay? So I'm neutralizing all of this redness right here. And yes, there's gonna be little circles on my face. I also have a lot of redness under my nose for some reason. Drives me up the wall. So I kind of put it under my nose. And then, okay. All right, so now we have dark circles. Okay, you're gonna want a pink undertone. Redness, or acne, you're going to want a yellow undertone. Oops, I missed comments. Hold on. No winter, only sun. Under nose redness. Yep, I do too. Okay, so now what we're gonna need, yes, I'm gonna talk about brushes too, Megan. Okay, so now general cover up, okay? I like to cover up the freckles on my nose, which are also dark spots. That's what they are, okay? So dark spots. So when you're covering up dark spots, like sunspots, age spots, anything like that, you're going to want a concealer that is the same shade as your base. So my base happens to be velour, okay? So I am not only using velour for my my acne, but I'm also using it up here too, okay? All right, so now I've got all different colors on my face. That's okay. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about foundation, okay? I'm kind of in between because I did go to Punta Cana, okay? This liquid foundation is amazing. First off, it smells amazing. If you've ever used, oh my God, I could smell this all day. Like, I could smell it all day. Hey girl, how are you? Thank you so much, Louise. Thank you for sharing. You are amazing. Thank you. Okay, liquid foundation. It's mineral based, okay? Cool thing with this is in line with European Union. By the way, we are in UK, Europe, and 12 other countries, so that's cool tidbit. Okay, but it's naturally based. It's chemical free, okay? So you're gonna wanna shake it because it is gonna separate, okay? So if it's been sitting and you haven't worn makeup like me for like 3 or 4 days, you're gonna wanna shake it. Empty out the dropper, so I squeeze it and then I shake it like that, okay? The cool thing with this is you are only going to need 4 to 5 drops max, okay? I do have some people who use 6 drops. I literally only use 5. Thank you so much, Lindsay. Thank y'all. You're amazing. Thank you for sharing. Seriously. I appreciate you guys sharing so much. Y'all are the bomb. Okay. So I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my last little drop I'm going to do of my darker summer shade. So there's 5. Okay? So I've got 5 shades. You literally need 5 drops. That's it. 5 drops for our foundation. Okay? Hey, Andrea. Okay, 5 drops. So this bottle, with daily use, it'll probably last you 2.5, 3 months with using 5 drops, 4 to 5 drops. If you don't use it every day, it's going to last you a lot longer. Mine, I've had my velour for, y'all know I don't be wearing makeup every day. I don't wear makeup every day. But I've had it forever. Oh my gosh, I love it. Hey, Mariah, how are you? Okay, so I like to kind of dab mine on like this. Okay, so I just kind of dab, 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 dab. Now, this is where Megan commented about good brushes. Brushes with your makeup matter, okay? If you are using your fingers to put your foundation on, remember, we're thinking about our face as a wall, okay? Imagine painting your wall with your fingers. Is it going to look good? I mean, it might, but it's going to look a lot brighter if you use the right tools, okay? Same thing with your makeup. Invest in good brushes, okay? This brush I've had for 2 years. All I have to do is just wash it with gentle soap and warm water and rinse, and it's good to go. Okay, so here's the liquid foundation brush. So I'm just going to start buffing in a circular motion, okay? Now, you're not going to want to scrub into your face, okay? You never want to scrub your makeup into your face because that's just going to leave it kind of streaky. It's not going to look very natural. So just gently buff it into your face, okay? Kind of gentle buff, 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 all over. And you can see the texture and the complexion of my skin is already evening out, and it's looking a million times better, okay? Can y'all see okay? This light, this new ring light that I have is so dang bright. Like it's for real bright. Okay? So look at that. Doesn't take long. I like to take my foundation down my neck too. Thanks for sharing, Cece. Thank you, girl. Okay, look at that. Go all the way to the side, go into your hairline. You don't want it to look funky, okay? All right. That looks a lot better. You can no longer see my dark circles. You can no longer see my acne, okay? Looks good. Now, this is the deal. Let me make sure it's blended over down my neck. Yeah, I blend down my neck too because my neck is always so much lighter. I feel like my neck doesn't tan. Like it's weird. It just doesn't tan. So I always blend further down. Okay. So now that you've done that, now if you want more coverage, I like a full coverage. If I'm putting on makeup, like I want full coverage. Okay. So I like my coverage to be full. That's just a preference of mine. And I also have like oily skin. It's not super oily, but my T-zone really gets oily. Like in your T-zone is your forehead, nose, chin area. Drives me nuts. So what I like to do is I use our pressed powder, obviously. So I take my little sponge. This little sponge comes in it comes with it, okay? And I go and I just set it right underneath, okay? Do you see how, like you can see that like little line right there? The powder just kind of takes away that light and that shine, okay? And just makes it look really, really nice and seamless. And then for the rest of my face, I will take my powder puff brush and I'll just blend like this, okay? And I do go down my neck. I think it's important to go down your neck. Of course, that's a preference of mine. My neck is so much lighter. So that's what I like to do, okay? So see how the pressed powder just kind of smooths everything, gives me a little bit nice coverage, okay? So this is no pressed powder. This side is pressed powder. It's preference, okay? It's preference. But the biggest thing, like I think that the most important thing is if you feel like the coverage that you're getting is not good enough, I think that there's two things that could be happening. One is you are potentially wearing the wrong shade, okay? We are not the same foundation shade year round, okay? Not even me. And I really, even when it's summer, I don't really go into the sun too much. That's just how I am. I just don't. Okay? So when it's fall, okay? It's fall time. Thank you, Amy. Yes, I think the pressed powder, I think it looks so good with the pressed powder. Like, pressed powder is my jam. I recommend it to literally everybody. But, woo! Okay, y'all, I think it's time for a new powder. I think it's time. But, so two things that could be happening if you're not happy with the coverage. One, you could be in the wrong shade, okay? That is the most common thing that I see, is that women are not wearing the right shade of foundation, okay? It's so important to be in the right shade of liquid foundation, okay? Or two, you are wearing the wrong type of foundation for your skin. With ours, we've got liquid foundation, powder foundation, BB cream, loose powder foundation, and cream foundation, okay? All of those are for different skin types, okay? You're going to want a BB cream if you're super, super dry. You're going to want liquid foundation if you're, really liquid foundation can be dry, oily, or combo. I mean, it really can. The thing is that if you're oily, you're going to want to put, when you're wearing a liquid, you're going to want the pressed powder to put over it, okay? That's super, super important. So I know a lot of people will call the Flawless 4, the primer, the liquid foundation brush and concealer. I call the Flawless 4 the primer, the liquid foundation, concealer, and the pressed powder. That's my Flawless 4. I think that the brushes are, I really feel when you're talking about flawless coverage, brushes are, sorry, didn't mean to put the boobs in your face. My bad. Thank you so much for sharing, Ashley. Thank you, girl. But I think that brushes are just something that you need to invest in separately, okay? I think you can still get good coverage with, you know, like, brushes, but don't be using your fingers, y'all. Don't be using the fingers. The fingers are a no-go, okay? Fingers are a no-go. So, but make sure that y'all are in my VIP group. If you're not in my VIP group, comment add me, and I will get you in there, because I'm going to go live in there after this and make a really big announcement about brushes. So y'all need to be in there. Okay. I'm sorry. My nose itches. I got itching. I'm not picking it. I'm just itching. Okay. So coverage, much better. I'm feeling like a human. Okay. No more dark circles. None of that. Now, if you want to take your coverage a step further, hey, Jessica, how are you, girl? If you want to take your coverage a step further, this is what I do. This is like my secret weapon. This I love. This is our Behold setting powder. It makes a huge difference. I still do use the setting spray. I use both. But the setting powder, hold on, I gotta pull my little thingy off. Here we go. The setting powder is like a white kind of translucent-y powder. And I use the other side. So this is what I use for my concealer. This is what I'm gonna use for the powder side, okay? I tap it off like this, okay? I don't want extra. And I go under my eye and I press it in there. And I go out, okay? The reason that I do this is I have those fine lines under my eyes and they drive me bonkers. And this just kind of helps, okay? Hey, Jessica, how are you, girl? Hey, Bernice. Okay, so I press. The cool thing with setting powder is the purpose of this setting powder is it literally blurs imperfections and lines. Like, who don't want that, okay? I know I do. So I use the setting powder religiously, okay? You can put it on. See how I'm just kind of tapping it on like that? You can put as much or as little as you want. If you are more advanced in your makeup skills, you can do what they call bake with it. Baking is super, super awesome. I'll have to do a live about that because that's a whole different live in itself. I go down here and I get really oily right in this area. Okay, you can see where I'm kind of putting it on. So I'm going to leave it and set it just like that, okay? So now it looked like I got white powder all over my face. Okay, so we're taking it a step further now. Okay, if you want to do contour, okay, really easy contour. Hey, Briley, how are you? I take our beachfront bronzer, okay, circle it around, tap it off, right here on your ear, okay, so right here, kind of where the hair meets, you're going to want to start up here and go a little bit less than halfway down. See that little nice line that put there? That little nice shadow? The reason that you want to start up at your ear and you don't want to start here and go up. Where you start right here is going to make the most, that's where the most product is going to be, okay? So you're going to want to start up and go down so it gives that kind of like a nice color melt effect. Hey, Ashley, how are you, girl? And then I go right here along my jawline, okay? So you see how that gives like a nice little dimension. You see my cheekbone kind of goes in more. You see dimension on this side, whereas this side it's like, okay? That's the secret. That's the secret, y'all. Okay, so right here, go a little bit down, just like that, okay? You can do an easy contour. You can do a light contour. You can do a bold contour, okay? Play with it, okay? I do a little bit up here on my side and my hairline. And I messed my hair up along the way. That's okay. And then I do right here. Hi, Kenzie. Hey, girl. How are you? Okay. And then I always, if I want to go back and just, you know, kind of darken it, then I can. Another little side cheat that I do is I'll pinch my brush like this. Okay. And then I'll go right along here. Right along the side of my nose. Just like that. Okay. See, now my nose stands out a little bit more, okay? So basically what you're doing with your makeup at this point is you're creating an optical illusion. So what we've done is we've created a nice illusion that we don't have dark circles. Can I get some hearts on that, okay? No more dark circles, no more acne, okay? We've blurred the lines with our setting powder, okay? Now I'm just going back and kind of blending that setting powder in. Okay, and then we've put a nice sculpt, and we've basically all we've done is if the sun were shining directly in your face, the areas of your face that would be highlighted are here, here, okay, and a little bit right here. That is why you add the contour lines there, so it draws your eyes center instead of like that. Okay, all right. So now my little last like kind of finishing touch here is I always like to take my setting powder. I totally forgot my brush, but that's okay. I'll just use my finger for this one. Okay, so I just kind of like this. And just a little bit on my cheek, I'm adding a little bit of highlight. There's already a little highlight because my light right here is so bold. Okay, you just add a little bit there and it draws the light there. Okay. I like to put a little bit on my nose. Have to be careful with this light because it's so bright that it makes it look like I have a Rudolph nose. Hey, Krista, how are you? And then I highlight right up here on my Cupid's bow. Okay? Check that out. That is how I get my coverage to be flawless. Okay? So, recap, I used the Glorious Face and Eye Primer. I used our Skin Perfecting Concealer in the correct shade. If you don't know what shade you need, comment match me, and I'll send you a message and I'll do a color consultation for you, okay? I used liquid foundation, and I used our pressed powder, okay? When we took it a step further, I did the setting spray, the beachfront bronzer, and I did a little highlight right there. And the cool thing with these highlights are you can also use them under your eyes. So I actually have this iridescent shade right here under in my shadow, and I have it right here too. So, dual use. Okay, y'all. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining in. For those of you who shared, thank you so much. If you loved it, please go ahead and hit the share button. If you guys need color match, comment below, and make sure that y'all are in my VIP because I'm about to go live in there. All right, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.